everyone, Stephanie here, and today I'm going to make a card, and it's really just an excuse to play with the new Distress Ink color, Peacock Feathers. This is one of the new colors in the spring set, and also this stamp here that's got a floral pattern on it. I just got this stamp from Michael's the other day. It was on sale, 2 for $6, so the brand is Ditto, and I believe, yeah, Hampton Art makes it, and it was just a really good deal, and it's cute, so I'm going to make something with these two things. So I'm going to make a background with that stamp, and I have just a white a base that's Nina Solar White cardstock, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm gonna use my Stamp-A-Majig to line it up because I know that this stamp won't fit just once. I'll have to do it twice. So how do you use the Stamp-A-Majig? You have this piece here, and then you have a clear piece, and you just line up your clear piece in the corner. First, I'm going to stamp onto the clear piece. Okay, so and then I'm going to take my stamp and put it into the corner of the Stamp-A-Majig. Stamp that down, and now I can see where the image is going to lay. Ink my stamp back up. And then I'll just line up where I want the image to go. And then line up this piece here. And I'll remove the clear piece and put the stamp back up in the corner there. And it'll stamp exactly where you had planned to stamp. There we go. Going to stamp again, so I'm going to line this up again. See if I can get it without moving too much. Okay, so I have a pattern in the background here, and I am actually going to try some watercoloring with this. So I'm going to take a watercolor brush and this ink, and I'm going to put some of this ink down on my craft mat. And then all you do is squeeze the pen and some water will come out onto the brush. And just pick some of this ink up. And color inside these flowers. And when you do this, you can make it as light or as dark as you want. You could squeeze more water out. You can dab your brush a lot before you color. And then you could see here it's lighter then. So I'm just going to kind of do a variation of some light and some dark flowers. Okay, so I've colored in all the flowers, just various different ways, some darker, some lighter, and now I'm just going to use the same ink and an ink blending tool, and I'm going to cover the whole page with the same color. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this on a white card base. This is Nina Solar white cardstock as well. And I don't want to do too much because the background is the focal point. See how blue my fingers are? So I'm going to find something that doesn't take up a lot of space that I can put a sentiment on. Okay, so I decided to use this dark gray color here for a border. This cardstock is Thunder by Basil, and I went ahead and die cut this with a paper tray ink scallop border die. I don't remember if this is the large one or the medium one, but I'll link it up on my blog. So I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to put just a small sentiment strip. Not sure yet, I think it'll go something like that. I need a little something else though, so I think I'm going to add some flowers. I have this rolled roses die from My Favorite Things, so I think I'm going to grab my Cuttlebug and try that out. Okay, so I decided to cut the roses with some paper tray ink cardstock. This is Berry Sorbet. Yeah, I think it's Berry Sorbet. So when you cut these roses out, the first thing you'll need to do is it'll leave just a tiny bit of an edge, or the tiny bit of the end attached. So you'll just need to snip that off. I'm actually going to use both of these. Okay, and you'll need to have something to hold on to them, so I have these tweezers here, and these are the kind that they open when you squeeze them, so this is good because then I don't have to squeeze them the whole time that I'm rolling up the rose. So what you do here is you want to start on the end, and then the end becomes the center of the flower. And I almost always have to look this up every time I make one of these to remember how to do it. But you're going to want to go in this way, and then you're just going to roll it back around, and you're just going to wrap it around your tweezers here, wrap it around itself. And this is actually a lot easier to do with felt. I prefer it with felt, but I don't have any felt in this color, so I am using paper cardstock. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to roll it really tight, because I find that helps. This cardstock is really thick, so sometimes it kind of bends, and well, it doesn't bend the way I want it to. So if I do it real tight around there first, and then kind of loosen it up and almost even redo it a little bit. That way it's a little easier for the cardstock to curve the way I want it. And I always have a really hard time with this, so bear with me here while I probably look silly. So I'm going to let go of the center here, and then this circle here that was the center when we cut the die cut becomes the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just take a little glue dot and stick it underneath here. Just push it to the bottom as best I can. So you can see with the paper, using cardstock, it's a little stiffer, a little harder to work with. There is one that probably needs to be loosened up a little bit. We'll start on the next one. Okay, so I have my little roses. They don't look that great, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to attach my card, this to my card base, my background. And I'm not sure yet how I want to lay everything. I need a sentiment. I actually need a wedding card, so I think I'm going to use this Wedding Wishes from Sophie Sentiments from Lawn Fawn. I think that's good, but I got it crooked, so I'm going to restamp it. And I'm just going to flip it over. I do that a lot because I don't like to waste paper, and nobody's going to see the back side. That looks a little bit better. So here is the finished card. And that is all for today. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.